Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford. BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, and Chris Flaherty. Peter Brown with the weather, Gretchen Carey with the community calendar, Gabrielle Bailey with the social media minute, and Anthony Matos with sports. Thank you for joining us. As if we didn't have anything enough to worry about, residents are being urged to take precautions against mosquito bites after the state raised a warning level against a mosquito-borne disease. The Burlington Board of Health informed residents that West Nile virus has recently been detected in mosquitoes collected from some towns near Burlington. As a result, the Mass Department of Public Health has changed the West Nile virus risk level from low to moderate for Burlington. West Nile virus is commonly transmitted to humans by the bite of a mosquito infected with the virus. Most people infected with the virus will have no symptoms. When present, symptoms tend to include fever and flu-like illness. By taking a few precautions, people can help to protect themselves and their loved ones, the board says. These include: be aware of peak mosquito hours, which are dusk to dawn. Long sleeve clothing can help reduce bites. Apply insect repellent when you go outdoors. Drain standing water. Mosquitoes lay their eggs in standing water. Check gutters, drains, unused flower pots, plastic toys, and wading pools. Change water in bird baths frequently. During the summer, mosquito larvae can complete their development in water within a week. Properly maintain unused swimming pools. Mosquitoes commonly lay eggs in neglected swimming pools and water in loose-fitting pool covers or tarps. Install or repair screens. Mosquitoes like to come indoors, and there's nothing worse than chasing down a mosquito in your bedroom at 2 o'clock in the morning. If residents have any questions about mosquitoes or how to control them, contact the East Middlesex Mosquito Control Project at 781-899-5730. The town of Burlington has added to the 9/11 memorial on the town common, with elements honoring all places where the plane struck. The improvements were done in time for the 20th anniversary of the attacks. BNEWS Director Rich Hosford went to check it out and files this report.
This Saturday marks the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001 that killed thousands of people in the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and in 4 airplanes. To mark the occasion, the town of Burlington has made improvements to its existing 9/11 memorial on the town common that features 2 beams from the towers in advance of a ceremony planned for that morning.
The discussion was always been, we need to do something to neaten it up a little bit. And then COVID came and things were pushed back, and we said, this is the 20th year, COVID or not, we need to do something. The Bagney family came together to do what you see here now, plus some electrical work for some lighting that's going to be done also. And we're very excited about having this.
The updated memorial now pays homage to all the places where the planes hit on that day, along with the Twin Towers.
It's hard to tell from here. If you were, up in the air quite a ways and look down, you'd see it looks like the Pentagon. And we also have a patch of grass representing the 44 brave people who died on United Flight 93 in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. We're trying to incorporate a lot of what's going on in this one memorial.
The town common has placards for all the residents lost on 9/11 and a memorial for Marine Gregory McDonald, who enlisted after the attacks and died fighting the war on terror. This year, a new name will be put in the place of honor.
We're adding a name, Ryan Fortini. Ryan was a graduate of Burlington High School in 1996, went to work for the New York State Police, and he was assigned to the search and rescue at Ground Zero after the 2 towers came down, contracted a cancer, and then last January 1st, he passed away. And we'll be adding a marker for him that he is always remembered in our minds and in our hearts.
Finally, Selectman Hogan said it's vital to keep the memory of the attacks and all who were lost alive.
Well, it's more important to do it in 20 years because people are forgetting. And that was always the goal, not only here in Burlington, but in New York and in Pennsylvania and, all the places around the country that have artifacts from the site. It was to never forget, to always have something to point to remind us of that horrid day.
Burlington's 9/11 ceremony begins at 9 a.m. on the town common. Social distancing is recommended and masks, while not required, are encouraged for anyone who wants to wear one. From the Burlington Town Common, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
Enjoy some ice cream and family fun activities while helping the family of a child facing difficult medical treatment. The Primrose School of Burlington will be hosting a fundraiser for the Blaine family of Melrose, whose oldest daughter graduated from the preschool and whose youngest daughter, who was 2.5 years old, was recently diagnosed with cancer. The family is the Blaine family, made up of Craig and Tina and their daughters Ella and Cora. Ella started at the school in 2015. In June of this year, they learned that Cora had leukemia and she is currently undergoing intense treatment. The fundraiser is to help the family cover medical bills. Director of School Operations Laurie Barrett said the Blaines are a kind family. Tina is employed at Leahy Hospital and worked through the pandemic. The fundraiser will be at the school located at 10 Greenleaf Way on Friday, September 17, from 5 to 7 p.m., with all activities taking place outdoors. Activities include ice cream, body painting, bubbles, hair design, music, and a number of raffle items. There is a suggested donation of $30, and all proceeds will go to the Blaine family through the Burlington Woman Aid. Burlington-based home renovation experts and social media influencers, Susan and Paul Kadilak, are sharing their expertise for the new reality TV series, Renovation, Rekindle, on NECN. BNews reporter Tad Stefanak has this look.
I love you guys so much.
Home renovation experts Susan and Paul Kadilak of the Burlington-based Kadilak Homes have parlayed their social media influence into a TV series, Renovation, Rekindle. Susan and Paul met with BCAT at one of their homes still in progress.
Fortunately, people have stayed in tune long enough to watch them and like them and keep following what we're doing. So, I don't think we set up and be like, we can't wait, we'll have, this many people watching them. Like, we were just happy that a few people would watch it.
One thing we've learned is that our clients have outlived, outgrown, or have simply fallen out of love with their home.
And then just taking feedback when people are saying we want to see more before and afters, we want to see the whole project. So they kind of evolved into those types of videos where we were doing whole projects. We started getting some feedback. Can we see some homeowners?
Totally not what I expected.
So we have a couple where we brought some homeowners in, but then that just kind of evolved into, over the years, different things just kind of led the show that we're doing now.
To help homeowners rekindle the magic they once had when they first laid eyes on their home.
Oh my God.
Where are we?
That was kind of the evolution. It was social media, we started doing short videos and they turned into longer videos and they turned into whole house videos. And then we ended up getting on Instagram a couple of years ago and that's been growing. So socials really gave us a place to kind of put our work out there and, get some feedback, and it's gained some traction, which has been, it's just been good.
I don't know, we just do what we do and luckily people like it.
The show's fun. If it was just me, the show would be very boring, but we have Paul and Paul's always so fun.
We're keeping this, right?
Definitely not keeping that.
I think that it's interesting because there are houses around here. People can look at it and go, oh, my house looks like that. I have a house that looks like that. I have that style house.
That's a lot of the comments we get on social. They'll say, oh, I have a house like that. I have a style house like that. And they'll see different things that we've done and say, oh, I can incorporate that into my house.
It's demo time!
So it's kind of cool that it will be shown, throughout New England, and we'll pay some tribute to Burlington.
I think it looks pretty good there.
I know you do.
I think 5 of the projects are in Burlington. So
yeah, so of the 10 episodes, 5 are in Burlington.
Even like Susan and I are kind of driving around in my truck while talking about the job and stuff. If you kind of look in the background, you'll see a lot of Burlington in the background.
You might see your own house.
Might see your own house.
Renovation Rekindle premieres on NECN Saturday, September 18th at 10:30 a.m. and encores on Sunday the 19th at 8 a.m.
It's exciting. Hopefully people enjoy what we, put together and put out, and we're thankful that our clients, agreed to do it, and we're thankful that we actually even got the opportunity to kind of put this all together, so hopefully people like it. They're gonna like it. Thank you.
But when we help homeowners fall back in love with their homes,
It's all worth it.
this isn't just renovation.
It's Renovation, Rekindle.
There will soon be a new place to learn to spring around a ballroom with grace and style in Burlington. DB Studios is set to open a 3-story dance studio at 171 Bedford Street with a special ribbon-cutting ceremony at 1 p.m. on Monday, September 13, as part of a grand opening that will run from noon to 8 p.m. DB Studios, which currently has a location in Lexington, offers a variety of dance classes for all ages, including ballet, point, contemporary, modern, musical theater, hip-hop, jazz, competitive dance, and ballroom in both private and group classes. They also have lessons specifically geared to couples preparing for a wedding. All their teachers are either professionally or college trained in dance. They say on their website that they make it a priority to include community building events, performance opportunities, and offer a mentorship club. It's good to see that property wonderfully rehabbed, as it had been empty for a large number of years. Leahy Hospital and Medical Center was one of 4 medical organizations to receive a grant to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. According to a release, Leahy Hospital Medical Center, Beverly and Addison Gilbert Hospitals, and Winchester Hospitals have together received a $1.13 million gift from the Cummings Foundation, a Woburn-based charitable entity funded by Bill and Joyce Cummings of Cummings Properties. Based on the organization's shared commitment to promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion, this gift will support the hospital's efforts to address structural barriers to career advancement, such as training, child care, and English proficiency, and provide opportunities for professional growth. According to the release, this gift from the Cummings Foundation will enable change in establishing a more diverse workplace by creating a pipeline of diverse healthcare workers from local communities. The hospitals will pilot activities aimed at providing a path for advancement, efforts including advanced training for higher paid essential positions, reimbursement for incidental expenses such as transportation and child care, and English as a second language instruction. All program elements will be offered at no cost to participating colleagues. Leahy Hospital and Medical Center President David Longworth said they are grateful for the gift and will put it to good use. The Burlington Sculpture Park continues to expand, and a new piece was unveiled in a special ceremony on Saturday, September 4th. The piece was donated by resident Maureen Wall and her brothers in memory of their parents, Tom and Florence Murray, who are active members of the community. BNEWS reporter Chris Flaherty spoke to Maureen and members of the Sculpture Park Committee on the installation and significance of this new piece.
In the summer of 2020, work on the Burlington Sculpture Park began after years of planning and development. Over the past year, the park has expanded to include a variety of new pieces. Saturday, September 4th, a new piece was unveiled at the park. The sculpture was donated by resident Maureen Wall and her brothers in memory of her parents, Tom and Florence Murray. The sculpture was crafted by Dale Rogers, who created the Havoc the Dog sculpture also on display in the park.
The cardinal theme was definitely what I was looking for in my parents' memory, simply because we had cardinals visiting our house after the passing of my dad and my mom. So that was very significant for me. And we saw the piece on Dale Rogers' website and tweaked it a little bit to have the female and the male bird, but that was definitely my theme, was based on cardinals. We've been trying to do this since August 19th, and we had to cancel because of Hurricane Ida. After hiding it in the woods for 3 weeks, now having it here is just amazing, and it's beautiful, and this is the first time I've seen it too.
Members of the Sculpture Park Committee expressed their excitement when Maureen first proposed the idea of placing the sculpture in the park.
I would say I had 2 reactions, thrilled and surprised, because it wasn't something that we on the Sculpture Park Committee had thought of, having people donate sculptures, but it was a wonderful idea, and we were so happy to talk to Maureen and make today happen, because it's a wonderful thing for her family, but also for the town.
Having this sculpture here, donated by people with deep roots in the town, really connects the Sculpture Park to the community. This is Burlington's park, and donated works like this just really glues that connection. And we'd love to have more people join in and do this.
This new sculpture not only symbolizes the connection of the Murrays to the town, but the spirit of community in Burlington.
You take a family like the Murrays, who have been really dug in this community for decades, and you make that public. it symbolizes the connection of this family to this town, and it puts it right out front and center for everybody to see. And we just think it's great.
Maureen's parents were very involved in Burlington, but so many Burlington families feel very connected to the town. And this is such a wonderful, personal way to give honor to her parents that will last. And it's special and it's different. And I think that it's something about Burlington that inspires people, that they want to be part of the community and they want to stay here and they raise their kids here and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren are here. And something like this, I think, is indicative of how much people love this town and what it means to people.
Maureen hopes that when residents visit the sculpture park, that this new piece will serve as a memory of her parents and all loved ones that are no longer with us.
Oh, I hope they get to come here and, spend some time looking at all the pieces, but come here and see the sculpture and think of my parents and think of loved ones that they've lost and remember the history of Burlington, really.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
In the latest edition of Burlington History Uncovered, Burlington Historical Commission's Peter Coppola shows the evolution of hand planes from all wood to all metal and the steps in between.
As an engineer, I try to reverse engineer things. How did these tools go from being all wood, say, this plane, to being all metal? So while I was out looking for things to restore, I came across this plane up in Nashua, New Hampshire, just before the pandemic hit and we were told to wear masks and lock up. This is a missing link, if you will, in the evolution of planes. Originally, the plane was all wood, and this design goes back to the Roman era. And it was just simply an iron. In this case, this was hand forged by a blacksmith, put into a wooden body, and then locked in place with a wooden wedge. This plane was made by a company called Addison Manufacturing out of next town over from Milford, New Hampshire, next over from Nashua. And what happened was Addison Heed, who was the father and the owner of the company, he was approached by his son Daniel, who said, "Hey Dad, I've got an idea for a way to raise and lower the iron without using a hammer." And what he did was he came up with a little screw adjustment and a bar that slid up and down so that when he turned the screw, this nib right here went up and down, and the nib lined up with a hole on the iron and locked it in place. Earlier, there was a gentleman from Winchester by the name of Bailey, Leonard Bailey, and he came up with this concept of a lever cap to remove and lower and raise the, loosen and lower and raise the blade. And then he also came up with this lateral adjustment for making the blade edge parallel with the body of the plane. This actually preceded Daniel Heed's patent by 10 years. So this is Mr. Bailey's idea. And they still weren't selling. Mr. Bailey, clever man that he is, kept working at it, so he came up with this concept. Borrowing from the locking mechanism on the Heed cap iron, he did the same thing here. So by loosening this and then raising this little adjustment arm here, the blade could be retracted or pushed out below the body. this evolution from all wood to all metal was called a transition period, and these planes became known as transitional planes or transition planes. What's interesting though is all the way out here in 1932, Mr. McAllister, working for the Shigley Company, the Shelton Company, came up with this patented plane. And look, goes all the way back to the Heed design. So the design never really disappeared, even all the way up to the modern planes. So you can see, and that's why I like doing this. The evolution is just so interesting.
We go now to BNews weatherman Peter Brown, who I'm going to have a talk with since he's only predicting rain on days that I have a golf tee time. We'll look at the weather. We'll also check out the community calendar with Gretchen Carey and take a social media minute with Gabrielle Papili.
Well, hello everyone, this is Peter Brown, looking at your weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading in towards the middle of September, and we have some beautiful end of summer weather coming our way. No tropical systems on our way, no heavy flooding rains. Looks like we just have a great stretch coming up. And starting our period on Friday, we're supposed to be seeing temperatures at this time of the year in the upper 70s, and we're going to be about 4 or 5 degrees cooler than that, but still beautiful out there. You might have to grab a light jacket or sweater if you're going out in the Burlington area late Friday night into Saturday morning, as temperatures are going to be dipping down into the low 50s, but it's still dry out there, very pleasant. As we round out the period getting in towards next Thursday, our average highs again this time of the year should be in the mid-70s, and that's about where we're going to be. So a fairly average week coming up for us, and of course, as you notice, those days keep getting shorter and shorter, and actually on Sunday, that will be the first day that the sun sets before 7 p.m. I know that's something you don't want to hear, but unfortunately, those are the signs of the time as we head towards fall. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Climate Prediction Center's calling for us here in the Burlington area in terms of temperatures and precipitation for the next 7 to 10 days. And again, nothing really outstanding here. Looks like they're expecting us to have at or slightly above average temperatures. I think we're going to be probably closer to having average temperatures. Really nice out there in the mid-70s most of the week. Now, looking at our precipitation chances, they're calling for us to have above average precipitation. That also is something doesn't really look like it's going to be happening when I put the 7-day forecast together. It looks like we could have some spot showers here and there. We're going to have to see if maybe at the end of the period we may have an ocean storm passing to our southeast. That may be why we're seeing those above average precipitation forecasts, but for right now it doesn't look like it's going to be an issue for us here in the Burlington area. So as we go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up. And again, starting up here on Friday, beautiful out there. A couple of chances of a few showers in the afternoon, but temperatures in the low to mid 70s, just beautiful. Again, a little chilly at night as temperatures drop down into the low 50s. As we get into the weekend, we're going to be seeing some great temperatures out there. Temperatures in the mid and upper 70s, wall-to-wall sunshine, a few fair weather clouds, just beautiful. Same thing continues as we start out the work week, and then we get a little bit cool as we get into Tuesday as a sea breeze starts to develop and temperatures go down to the low 70s. And then as we round out the period getting in towards Thursday, looks like we're going to see our temperatures again around average in the mid 70s with a chance of some showers here and there. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Hey friends, I'm Gabrielle, also known as Miss Burlington MA. I'm here to share with you my posts and pictures from my own social media account and showcase the amazing businesses and things to do in and around Burlington.
Summertime to me means ice cream, and I've found the perfect spot in town for some of the best ice cream I've ever had. Schoolhouse Ice Cream is a Burlington classic spot and has been a town favorite since they opened their doors in 2003. Choosing from a variety of 40 homemade flavors may seem a bit overwhelming, but their staff are always extremely accommodating and happy to help you with your order. Schoolhouse also offers lunch options and is a great spot to enjoy some quality food at a great price and location.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. Come and listen to a retired police detective. On Thursday, September 16th at 7 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having Bruce Robert Coffin, a retired Portland police detective and best-selling author of the Detective Byron Mystery Series. Everyone is welcome to attend the event. For more information, go to burlingtonpubliclibrary.org. Help out those in need. On Saturday, September 18th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the American Legion at 162 Wynn Street will be having a Veterans Food Drive, and the event will be a contactless drop-off. Check out a variety of vehicles. On Sunday, September 19th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department is glad to bring back the Truck Day event on the Burlington Town Common. Everyone is welcome, and the event is free. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
Sports are back. Look at the start of the Red Devils fall season. We go now to BNews reporter Anthony Matos for this week's sports report.
Hey everyone, I'm Anthony Matos, and this is your weekly sports report. Fall sports are back in their regular season, and we have some updates on the start of the new Red Devil seasons. Girls swimming began against the Woburn Tanners at the Shawsheen Tech swimming pool on Thursday, September 9th. Burlington came up short by 9 points in the 51-42 loss. The Red Devils start the season 0-1 and will face Winchester on Tuesday, September 14th at Shawsheen Tech. Girls and boys soccer are both playing the Woburn Tanners on Friday, September 10th. As of this taping, the game is still to be played. Before the start of the season, we had a chance to talk to boys varsity coach Andrew Dean. BNews sports reporter Robert Parris has more.
Hey everyone, I'm BNews sports reporter Robert Parris. We're here at the Marshall Simons Middle School brush field where the boys varsity soccer team is having a scrimmage here. We got a chance to talk to one of the captains and brand new head coach Andrew Dean. Boys varsity soccer has begun a new era on the coaching side of things. Introducing Andrew Dean, a Fox Hill teacher who is excited about the opportunity to coach the next generation of Burlington athletes.
Super exciting opportunity. You know, I've been in Burlington for a couple of years teaching. I've coached soccer in the past and hockey at different levels, and I think I was ready for an upgrade in intensity, an upgrade in commitment, and I'm ready to play to win instead of, just playing to teach and just playing for fun, ready for that next level of competition, which gets me excited to see these guys win.
From elementary teaching to high school, Andrew is always prepared to transition to the next level of adolescence.
It's definitely different going from 10 and 11-year-olds up to high school age students. I feel like as a teacher, a lot of the time I'm almost like an actor. I'm on stage, all day. So I think these kids get a more accurate representation of who I am, which is fun for me, to not be off the clock, but kind of just be seen in a different light, which has been really, really fun for me.
Senior captain Dominic Porter is ready to lead the team in the 2021 season.
Going far, winning games. It's been a rough past 3 years. I want to win games this year. I like everything about him. The drills he does, the way he motivates, he speaks up a lot. I like that about him too.
The Red Devils are looking forward to seeing what Coach Dean brings to the table.
Just to work hard during practices, come in strong each game, and improve every time.
We're looking forward to winning. I hate to say it over and over. We've built a strong team. All the pieces were put here for me. Coach Jackling, our previous coach, did an amazing job getting these guys ready and doing what he needed to do. So I've really walked into a picture-perfect scenario. It's just getting these guys, giving them those last tweaks, just fine-tuning, the talent that's already here to push them to their final potential where they can be.
From the Marshall Simons Middle School.
Girls varsity volleyball traveled to take on their rivals, the Woburn Tanners, on Tuesday, September 9th at Woburn Memorial High School. Varsity won 3 games to 2 in the sets. They began the season 1-0 and will face Winchester in their home opener at Burlington High School on Monday, September 13th. Red Devil Golf started their season on Friday, September 3rd against the Bedford Buccaneers at Patriot Golf Course. At the start, Burlington was down by 10 points. However, with a little momentum, the Devils came through with a 37.5 to 34.5 win. They then headed to Lexington Golf Club on Wednesday, September 8th to take on the Minutemen. Burlington lost the match 5.5 to 3.5. The Devils dropped to 1-1 on the season and will face the Watertown Red Raiders in their home opener on Friday, September 10th at the Billerica Country Club. As of this taping, the meeting is still yet to be played. Girls varsity field hockey game against Woburn was postponed due to rain on Thursday, September 9th. This game will be played at a later date. Burlington will have their home opener on Monday, September 13th at Varsity Field against Winchester. Both girls and boys cross-country teams do not start until Tuesday, September 21st, where they will head to Lincoln Field Course to take on the Lexington Minutemen. Red Devil football has returned and will be at home against Lawrence Lancers on Friday, September 10th at 6 p.m. You can catch all our action on our Facebook page or at bcattv.org. One more quick note, the Burlington High School Athletic Hall of Fame induction dinner is coming on the evening of Thursday, October 14th at 6 p.m. Athletes from classes from 1969 to 2003 will be inducted into the school's Hall of Fame this year. Tickets are being sold for $60. You can find contact information to purchase along with a full list of athletes to be inducted at our website at bcattv.org/sports. For more Red Devil action, go to the BNews Sports section at bcattv.org/sports and check out our Twitter page at BNewsSports. That's all for your weekly sports report. I'm Anthony Matos. Back to you guys in the studio.
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week we actually have 3 photos on the same theme. They were sent in by Barbara Martinez and feature sunsets in different parts of town, including Simons Park, the Town Common, and the Post Office. They go to show that wherever you are in Burlington, you can find some beauty. Thanks for the photo, Barbara. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of your summer activities, a family trip, or just everyday moments, whatever you think is interesting and want to share. You can send them into bcattv.org with the photo of the week in the subject line. And that's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with Rich Hosford, Tad Stefanak, Robert Paris, Chris Flaherty, Peter Brown, Anthony Matos, and Gabrielle Papilli, and Gretchen Carey. Thank you for joining us.